Hey you guys, again, it is so nice to see you. I know you guys are seeing this outfit again today. It's because your girl is, on roll today. So I know some of you guys are super interested in studying in Korea, especially doing it for free. And I want to help you guys with that. And I want to share how I was able to study abroad for free like several times. I have never had to pay to study Korean in Korea, so I've never paid a dime. And I want to share you guys my tips and tricks in the programs that you guys should be looking to apply for. So one of the biggest misconceptions about study abroad is that it's expensive, when in reality it can be the same price, if not cheaper, than staying in your home country. So for example, I'm going to take the dormitory prices in Korea and compare them with the dormitory prices in America. So in America, normally people pay about like $5,000 to $8,000 for one semester. One semester for a dormitory. Compare it with Korea, if you're looking to do a double room, right? Same thing, like $5,000 to $8,000 in America, double room, single room. If you're looking to do a single room in Korea, that is about $700 for the whole semester, depending on what university you go to. But yeah, $700 for the whole semester, $700 to $800 whole semester for a double room. And like for single rooms, that could be like about 1 million to like 1.5 million won for your own room for the whole semester. So yeah, you guys want to be careful when you are placing American values on things abroad. But yeah, let's get right into it. Here are the programs that will pay you to study abroad in South Korea. The first one we are going to start with is the KGSP scholarship. So the KGSP scholarship is actually hosted by the Korean government, and they pay for your tuition, they pay for your room and board, and they also pay for your flight here. And they also give you a stipend every single month of you being here in Korea. The higher your Korean language score is for TOPIK, TOPIK is like the national Korean evaluation test out here. The higher your TOPIK score is, the more money you are able to get. They do 1 year of language study before you actually become a student. The KGSP scholarship, this is mainly geared towards people who want to actually study as a student in Korea, and be like an international student. But I do know they have some scholarships for people who are doing like exchange programs or direct enroll programs. If you guys want me to talk more specifically about the different types of programs in Korea, let me know. I love talking about the stuff. The next scholarship that I'm going to talk about is the Critical Language Scholarship through the American government. So this is a fully funded program. They pay for your flight. They pay for a trip to DC, even your hotel. And I think when I did the CLS program, we stayed at the Hyatt Hotel. So yeah, it was very much fancy smancy. There are many trips throughout the program. It's very much like not only are you learning Korean, but you are also learning Korean culture through various activities like weekend excursions, as well as Korean culture class, which is usually after Korean language class. And this is a very intense program during the summer, but it's so much fun. You get to live with the Korean homestay family. I have so many good stories about my family. I love them. I still talk to them to this day, but they're amazing people. And the CLS program gives you about $1,000 check for 2 months. And honestly, I think $1,000, it's a good enough, because the only thing you'll find yourself paying for is basically like dinner and lunch the whole time you're there. Many of the things are like given to you, planned for you. Weekend excursions, they pay for your meals during those times. So honestly, it's a really amazing program, and if it's something that you're interested in, you should definitely apply. Okay, the next program that I want to tell you guys about is more of a scholarship as well through the American government. And this scholarship is called the Gilman Scholarship. And what they do is pay you as much as you need for your program. And they will do this for up to $8,000. The Gilman really loves students who are untraditional and who has a drive to study in whatever country that they're going to, especially if it connects to your career goals, your personal goals, and your academic goals. So the Gilman Scholarship is amazing, especially if you want to learn Korean. And the reason why the Gilman Scholarship loves languages like Korean is because Korean is considered a critical language. And what a critical language is a language that is not commonly taught in America. So they love people who are, trying to learn that language, and they want to give you okay, so you got to take advantage of those funds. And I also had the opportunity to do Gilman and kind of be paid to study a program. The next program I want to talk about is Boren. So Boren is a pretty cool program. They will pay up to $30,000 for students who are looking to study language abroad. The great thing with this program is that you do not have to bring back like credit to your university. So you could do like private study, you could do study at an institute, or you could do like a whole language program. It's completely up to you. And graduate students usually have more leeway when it comes to Boren. So you can do this program if you're looking to do it while you're doing your undergrad or your graduate program or PhD. So it's a pretty awesome program that is fully funded. And by the way, if you are a STEM student like I am, they really love STEM students. Okay, another program I'm going to talk about is a Fulbright. So Fulbright has many different sectors for people who are looking to do Korean, but the one that I particularly did and have the most information about is the English Teaching Assistant Program. Now I know we are like, oh, we just want to learn Korean, but there are some people who want to do both. Like you want to learn Korean and you want to possibly teach in Korea. I think this program kind of marries the two, and what it does is for the first half of the fellowship, again, this is fully funded. They actually pay you. Again, they're giving you guys money. You get a stipend for like the first 2 to 3 months, which is like orientation. And at that same time, you are learning Korean for the first 2 to 3 months of your fellowship, which is a year. And the rest of your fellowship, like the 9 months, is teaching English in Korea. Those first 2 to 3 months of your fellowship, they are providing language classes, excursions, free of charge. Again, they're paying for everything. And they're also giving you a stipend. My stipend was about like 170,000 won. Yeah, about 170,000 won for every like 2 to 3 weeks, which wasn't bad because like they pay for the meals and everything. So like, yeah, they cover everything. And like I didn't have much time to do anything, so like I kind of saved some money from that. And I low-key went shopping. Fulbright is really good if you're looking to like teach and learn language and get paid for it. And the last scholarship that I'm going to mention for like the Americans is Freeman Asia. So Freeman Asia is a scholarship also where they will again pay you guys as much as you need to learn a critical language like Korean. And they're usually pretty generous with their funds. And again, they love STEM students. But if you're not a STEM student, that's okay, honey. Don't worry. I think mainly with programs like that, they are looking for people who are really passionate about learning Korean, and it's connected to your career, academic, and personal goals. Another thing, you guys, is if you're someone and you're like, I really want to learn Korean because like K-pop, like you want to refrain from those things. Yeah, you want to refrain if it's not connected to your academic, personal, or career goals. Unless it is connected to your academic, personal, career growth. Highly benefit not only your academic goals in school, but also your career and personal goals. So, yeah. Okay, now on to non-government programs that are going to pay you to learn Korean in Korea. So the next program I want to talk about is the internship program at Gwangju International Science Technology Institute. And with this program, it's usually different types of students who come together and they work with professors on projects. All of this is in English, by the way. And during this time, they pay for your room and board. They also pay for your Korean language classes, and they pay for your room and flight. So all of this is covered by them. And again, there are many excursions in this program. It's free to apply for. Amazing program, and Gwangju is a great option. Gwangju is where I did my program for CLS. So yeah, love Gwangju. It's such a historically rich city. Okay, the next program I'm going to talk about is the program at Korea University in Sejong. So this program is called English Town. And in English Town, you are placed in a dormitory with 2 Korean roommates. You will help them with their English along the way and do like some activities with them. And in exchange for helping your roommates with their English, the program pays for your room and board. They also pay for all of your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they provide flight. So they give you a flight reimbursement. So yeah, we like this money. And then they have an extra component on that program where you could work in the cafes of the program. So like these are called like English cafes. But if you work in one of the English cafes on campus, they will give you an extra 10,000 won for every hour you work. So you get a little extra money. And I love these cafes because like even if you're not a part of the English Town program, you can go there and get free toast and free coffee. So it's just a way for like the Korean students to interact with other foreign students and better the English. So I love this program. It's amazing. I did it myself when I studied in Korea for like the 15th time. And a shout out to Dear Empath because she did this program and she does an amazing job in one of her videos where she goes in depth about this. I'll actually link that up here. So you guys might want to go check out her video because she does a really detailed video about that. She's amazing, awesome girl. Okay, so the next and final program that I'm going to talk about is the Nonsang Kumgang University program. Okay, so the place pays for your room and board, and they also give a tuition waiver that is going to cover your tuition. But there is a fee with this program, but I think it's really great if you're looking for something that is budget friendly and you don't have enough cash. The only con I would say about this program, as well as like most of the programs that are not government scholarships, are these ones are more low-key and not in very big cities like Seoul or Busan. And I think this is actually amazing because being in lesser known, smaller cities, it gives you more of an opportunity to learn Korean because there's going to be less people that can speak English to help you along the way. But I know some of you guys may be like, oh, I want to study in Seoul. I want to study in Seoul. Let me tell you, Seoul is just very much overcrowded. It's like a great place to go to visit, like, for vacation or whatever, stay a few days or a day or two. But to live in Seoul, you guys will appreciate not living in Seoul. But the way transportation is set up in Korea, it's going to be really easy to get to these places, even if you're in a smaller, lesser known town. There are so many other programs I wanted to talk about today, but those are the main programs and the ones I have the most experience with. But if you guys are curious about like me giving more programs where you can get that some money, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to, do more research for you guys on other programs and let you know because there are so many programs. But until next time, thank you guys for coming out to my video. I will see you guys next time and peace.